Willemijn, what do you want the world to know about you?
Well, so I'm just a person who stutters. I'm from the Netherlands. I've had a lot of experience with different mental health problems, but I've kind of have them behind me now. So yeah, I'm happy.
Just to provide some context for people, we first met virtually in 2021 when I was doing virtual interviews because of COVID. Is it okay if I show a clip or two from that video just so people can recall?
Yes.
Willemijn, what do you want the world to know about you?
That you just have to wait a little longer for the things I'm trying to say.
What is it like for you to watch that video and see those old clips?
Yeah, I'm very proud because I was like super nervous and I was struggling so much with my stutter. But I was still just allowing people to see that. And I'm very proud of that, even though, yeah, it's uncomfortable for me to see how uncomfortable I was. But yeah, I'm proud, and I'm also happy that I'm speaking more, I'm stuttering more relaxed now. I want people to know that what I'm saying fluently it isn't more important than what I say with a stutter, because often people are like, if I say something fluent, then they're like, oh, you were speaking fluent just then. And I'm like, yeah, well, okay, but are you also listening to what I'm saying?
You recently reached out to me and said you found a new form of therapy that's helped you become more fluent. Would you like to share that?
Yeah, so actually I wouldn't say, I wouldn't focus on the fluency, because the therapy wasn't actually about fluency at all. I've never had therapy until last year, actually, because all of the therapies were focusing on fixing my stutter, and I knew that if I would focus on fixing it, then it would become this big thing, and then yeah, it just creates more tension and keeps the struggle of stuttering alive. So this therapy is actually about learning to remove all the ways that I'm trying to be fluent, which is very interesting, I think. And because of that, because I'm removing all the things that I'm avoiding, I struggle way less now when I stutter. And the result of that is that I'm also more fluent. But the goal of the therapy isn't to be fluent, it's to remove the struggle of stuttering. So we see the struggle of stuttering, and I was struggling a lot in the previous interview. That struggle is a different thing than stuttering itself. So the therapy just focused on removing the struggle, and the stutter, because I'm still stuttering, but it's just relaxed and I don't have much tension anymore. It just falls out of my mouth. Yeah, so you separate those two things and you just have the stutter left, and it's way nicer to speak. What I would like to say to kids who stutter is that it's not their fault, and that you can also be successful with a stutter.
Have you noticed a reduction in stuttering since starting this therapy?
Yes. Yeah. A lot. But the thing is that that's not what I want to focus on. But yeah, it happens as an outcome. And then people see that and they're like, oh, hey, fluency. This is what we like. But yeah, it's just funny how that works. It's very paradoxical.
I get what you're saying, because you're not trying to stop your stutter, you're trying to accept it.
Yes.
But because you're trying to accept it,
Yes.
it goes down in frequency.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of the final thing I had to do to be okay with my stutter. Because before I was okay with it mentally, but I was still really hiding it when it happened. I was trying to control it and keep it small and constrain it, and now it happens, and I had the stutter do whatever it wants, and because of that I feel like so much less tension, or even no tension, and yeah, it just feels, I feel way more confident speaking, and I feel relaxed sitting here and talking and everything. So yeah, I'm just super happy that I found that therapy.
Can you describe to me the techniques you're using?
Yeah, that's a funny question, because the thing is that we don't use any techniques. The whole point of it is to completely let go of anything you're trying to do to be fluent. Yeah, I'm basically not doing anything. And before I was doing a lot of things. I wasn't aware of them, but I was doing... There are all these tricks that people who stutter do that help them to get the word out. Like some people will snap their fingers or tap, or they pause at a certain moment and then they say the word, or they add a sound. And my thing was that I did, and you can see that in the previous interview, I would do chair. So yeah, my thing was that, if I make an sound, then the word chair would come out fluently. But I was still stuttering because I was doing the sound. Like it's not the visible stuttering that's really affecting my life. It's more like everything around it. So what the therapy is just removing all of those tricks to try to be fluent, and to completely let the stutter do what it wants. And I'm still in the beginning of it, so it's very like, when my stutter happens now, it's like bleh. It's very out of control, but that's kind of the point of the therapy. It's to let go of control, and because of that, I don't think about it as much anymore, which is, I think, way nicer than using a lot of fluency techniques and stuff.
It sounds like you don't want people who watch this video to celebrate and comment how great it is that you're stuttering less.
Yeah.
You'd rather have them celebrate the fact that you're okay with stuttering.
Yeah, and I was okay with stuttering then, because I was showing it, and I was showing it like on your channel for a lot of people to see. So in that sense, I'm still the same person as then. The success is, it was a success then that I was sharing about it, and it's a success now, I think.
Is it correct to refer to this as a form of therapy?
Yes, it's called avoidance reduction therapy for stuttering. But yeah, it moves away from trying to focus in on fixing and being fluent. It's the complete opposite. It's like a stuttering affirming therapy. So you affirm your identity, like you accept that you're a person who stutters, and you try to make it easier by removing all the avoidance and all the ways that you're trying to be fluent. So it's very paradoxical, but it works for me at least.
Is it almost like accepting that stuttering is inevitable makes it less intimidating?
Yes, it helps me to go somewhere. Like sometimes I still struggle with it, And then I realized afterwards that I was trying to pretend to be a fluent person. So like masking is kind of the same. We call it masking as well. Like if you pretend to be a fluent person, then you put so much pressure on yourself to speak in a different way. But if you just go in a situation and you see yourself as a person who stutters and you allow the other person to see you as a person who stutters, you can focus on what you're actually talking about instead of avoiding stuttering.
Is this your first time traveling in the USA?
No, this is my third time.
How do you like it?
I like it. It's very funny because a lot of the things I see is like, oh, this looks like it would have been out of a movie, but that's because in the movies everything is from the US.
Can you give me some examples? I'm curious.
When I see like high school things,
oh yeah,
and like teenagers, I'm like, whoa, they're real. And like the American accent, it just feels like I'm looking at a set. And American houses, I just think of Home Alone and like stuff like that. So it's very funny.
Do people in the Netherlands ever like fake an American accent for a joke?
Yes.
Can you try? I would love to hear your American accent.
I think how we do it is like the okay. It's so embarrassing. The joke we do is like vocal fry, like the I can't do it.
I feel like I have it.
No
vocal
no, it's
fry?
more a female thing, I think.
Okay.
It's like okay, if I have to, this is a funny stuttering thing, if I have to act, then I start stuttering a lot more. Wait. How do I... Yeah, so this is something I have to talk about in there. Okay. I do want to show it because it's funny, but it's like... Oh my god. So it's like that.
That was good.
Yeah.
That is what we do.
Oh my god. It's like, like that's usually how Dutch people or Europeans will mimic it, yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Thank you.
Do you find that you stutter more or less in the Netherlands or United States, or is it about the same?
It depends on how long I've been practicing the language. So I've been here now for 2.5 weeks, so I'm pretty used to speaking English now. And I'm pretty comfortable speaking English. So.
Oh, I haven't even thought about that. It's Dutch in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
So do you stutter less or more when you're speaking Dutch?
I think I would stutter more now if I would call someone in the Netherlands, because I have to switch the language for a while, but no, like besides that it's the same pretty much.
How would you describe how stuttering can kind of come and go, and how it can be intense and then lessen sometimes?
Yeah, it's very interesting that it's very variable, and that can be sometimes difficult because you can know yourself as a very fluent speaking person and then go into a situation and then you're stuttering so much. So yeah, I think that's one of the most difficult experiences of stuttering, is the unpredictability of it, and yeah, like feeling like, well, I was speaking fluent in this situation, why can't I speak fluent in this situation? Yeah, but it helps me to not really try to be fluent, so it doesn't matter anyway.
When you were a child who stuttered, did you think you would always have a stutter, or did you think there was a chance that you could somehow not have one?
Yeah, well, I thought that I was doing something wrong, first of all, and that I could only start living my life and participate in society if I had fixed my stutter, because I never saw any other people who stutter. So I thought, okay, maybe this is something you just have when you're a child, and then you work to get rid of it, and then you can be an adult. That's how, because I never saw like people working with a stutter, or so yeah, I saw it as, yeah, I should probably get rid of this. But I pretty soon realized that was not going to happen. So I think but I still tried for a few years just by watching YouTube videos to try to fix my stutter.
Was there ever a time where you would kind of self-isolate because of your stutter?
Yeah, that's how I dealt with my stutter when I was in puberty. Yeah, that's how I would deal with it, because I hadn't fixed my stutter yet. So I thought, yeah, the only way to pretend like I'm everyone else is to only speak when I know it's going to be fluent, and otherwise just don't participate in social activities. Yeah, so in my puberty, I would isolate myself.
How has your life changed since you've accepted stuttering?
Well, the main thing is that I can just focus on the things that I want to do in my life. Before, I would kind of be, my view of life would be a bit narrow, like depending on what my stutter could, or like what I thought I could do. But now I'm like, this is only recent, but I'm like, oh, I can do maybe other things with my life. Like, I can maybe try a different job that involves more speaking, or yeah, it's very interesting. It's also a bit scary because it's like, I can do so many things. Like, it feels like I can do so many things now.
And that's new to you, that mindset?
Yeah, it's only like a few months. Yeah.
That must be exciting.
Yes.
Have you tried anything new?
Have I tried? Oh, well, what I like, especially in the US, is that people make small talk. So I make small talk sometimes. Like, I saw myself as a person who doesn't like small talk, but no, I like it. So I try to do that, and I'm just way more focused on the other person in a conversation, because I'm not so focused on my stutter and trying to control it and everything. Yeah, so I feel more connected with everything, if that makes sense.
What are some of the major differences between Netherlands culture and USA culture?
I think we are more reserved in communication. So yeah, I always feel like I'm very, compared to some people from the US. And there are communication in the Netherlands is more direct, so sometimes that creates some miscommunications. And here the value is on your career a lot, and like what do you do for work. And in the Netherlands, I feel like people don't really care about that.
They care about more how you are as a person?
They just care about, yeah, they don't really care.
What does this therapy consist of? Does somebody help you evaluate the ways you're trying to prevent stuttering and kind of help you let go of them?
So the main thing is that it's a group therapy, actually. So there are people in it that have been doing it for a few years, and they're open stuttering, and there are new people. And yeah, it's just a group thing, it's a community thing, and there's one therapist that focuses on every person. And yeah, we talk about we try to find out the things that the person is doing to try to be fluent, and then slowly remove those tricks, and like starting with low feared situations and removing those tricks and seeing how the stutter behaves. And yeah, and once you're comfortable with that, like moving up with the higher feared situations. Yeah, it really affects your self-esteem and the way you think about yourself.
What's it like to reflect on where you were growing up and where you are now?
Yeah, I think like 2021 me would be very excited to see that. I think I always knew that this was a possibility, but I just never found it. And yeah, I'm super grateful looking back, and I hope I will always appreciate speaking so relaxed, because now it still feels very new, because this has only been like a year that I'm speaking with letting go of control in my stutter. But yeah, I hope I will always appreciate it.
When somebody finishes watching this video, what's the thing you most want them to remember?
That when you dislike something, trying to control it is not usually, I think never, but usually trying to control something is not the solution. Also with thoughts and feelings and any experience that you don't like, I feel like acceptance is the first way into finding peace about something. That's kind of what I've learned from this whole journey, that letting go of control is like the biggest gift you can give yourself.
Thanks for watching SBSK. Click subscribe here to be part of our community. Then hit the notification bell below so you never miss a story. You can even meet another friend here. See you next time.